All right, guys. So section 8.1.1, validating input, is the first case of validation. So let's look at the app on the right. So it shows that the app calculates the half of the user provided value. So when the user provides 10, then it returns 5, half of 10, right? So that's what it does when the user provides an even number. But if the user provides an odd number, then it messages, please select an even number, and it still returns the half of the user provided value 9. So in this case, user enters 9 and the app returns 4.5, right? So on the left, the key function is on the UI side, we have Shiny feedback package and use Shiny feedback function from that package. That's what goes into I'm sorry, the UI side. And there's also a pairing function on the server side. Again, Shiny feedback package. And from that package, we use feedback warning function. The first argument is what input this regards to, right? So input ID. And then the second argument is what condition. So when this happens, provide this text, right? So the third argument is the text or message, right? So this condition, the second argument, right? We need to define it. So the condition is uh, not true, right? So even here takes true if, so here, even is the user provided value n. Now this double percentage sign, what is it? So what is our operator double percentage sign? So this operator returns the remainder of a division operation. So when the user provides 5, right, and then you divide it by 2, the remainder is 1, right? So any odd number, if you divide it by 2, then the remainder will be 1. And for any even number, if you divide it by 2, the remainder will be 0. So that's basically what's happening here, right? So if user provided value is even number, then the remainder is 0. So this condition even takes true. And user provides an odd number, then the remainder is 1. So this even takes false, right? And the operation down here, input for provided value n divided by 2, right? And that is the reactive value of half. And the output half is basically printing the reactive value of half. So that's what's going on. So let's do this in our studio. All right, so let's create a new folder, 08, chapter 8. And in there, we are going to uh, create this Shiny app. And that will be code along 8 and hit browse. We want to make sure that we create this Shiny app in chapter 8 and create. So we see that here. And there is that app.r file, right? And let's save this as 1.1.1. Am I correct? No, 8.1.1. I'm sorry. All right, so that rename, right? And let's zoom in so that you guys can see this better. All right. Okay, so let's select all, delete, and Shiny app. Did I not? Uh, Shiny app. All right, so here's a template. And so, right, so we need to create an app that has this numeric input function, right? And the label is n, okay? And the initial value is 10, and it returns half of that user provided value. So in the UI side, we need numeric input, right? And numeric input has this three mandatory argument: input ID, label, and initial value. So let's call small n for input ID, label also the same, lowercase n, and then initial value 10, right? So let's run this. There you go, right? Now it doesn't return the half of this user provided value because we don't have anything in the server side, right? So this is the text, right? So here text output and render text. So if you were to look, um, so always use the cheat sheet, right? I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to try to, I mean, if you can memorize it, that's good, but I'm not one of those people. So if you're like me, try to use a cheat sheet. So text output function goes to the UI side, and then the pairing function that goes to the server side is render text, right? Okay, so back to our studio, comma, text output and output ID have, and let's create the reactive value have, reactive, and if it goes more than one line, then curly bracket, right? So in here, we should have um, that operation that takes half, right? So that will be input, input ID n divided by 2, right? And render, so output, and then output ID is half, right? Matching output ID half. And the function, pairing function for text output is where, where is, there you go, render text, render text. And we provide half reactive, and don't forget to put parentheses, right? So reload that, right? And it returns half of the user provided value. And let's change this to 8, and then 4, and then 4, and then returns 2, right? What if we provide an odd number, 5? So everything's fine. Now we want the app to provide this text, right? So like here, when the user provides an odd number, it messages the user, please select an even number, right? So we're supposed to use the shiny feedback package, right? So there's a pairing function. So use shiny feedback function goes to the UI, and there's no arguments that you need to provide. And to the server side, we have feedback warning function, and these were the arguments. And we need to define this condition even, okay? So let's do that. So here, shiny, so let's line this up. Shiny feedback. So shiny feedback package. So you should install this package, right? And what was the function? Use shiny feedback, right? Use shiny feedback and no arguments. Make sure that you provide comma at the end. And then right here, um, shiny feedback. And then the function's name was feedback warning, right? So you can see that input ID, what this warning regards to, what input. So that will be n, and then show will be the logical condition and the text, right? So it regards input n, and the condition is even is false, and then the text. Please select an even number. Um, please select on even number. Oh, okay, and we need to define even. Even is input n, and then double percentage operator, and then 2, and this does this equal 0. So if n is even number, yes, it'll be 0, and even takes true. Okay, so we can try to do that here. So let's say 8, um, even, let's say 10, double equal sign 2, and then no, I mean double percentage sign operator, and 2, double equal sign 0, right? And then what's even? It's true, right? So if we provide an odd number, 9, and then what's even? False, right? So that's basically what we did here. Okay, so let's run app, right? And then we provide 9. Yeah, please select an even number. All right, so that's that. But then there's a second part in this app, and that is display the error message, but do not update the output. So when the user provides an odd number, it messages this text, but then it doesn't return the value, right? So here we're gonna use require function. So the only thing we need to add is before this division operation, we're gonna require that this even is true, right? Only then executes the following operation, which is a division by 2, right? So here we're gonna require an even number. So let's reload that. So for even number, it returns the half, right? But for odd number, it messages, right? But then there's no return value. All right, that's it. I'll see you in the next video.